Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the American Bar Association Section of Civil Rights and Social Justice's monthly membership event, CRSJ 101. This month, we are focusing on all things leadership appointments. So if you are seeking a leadership position in CRSJ, you are in the right place. This month, we are thrilled to feature Lacy Durham. She is the chair-elect of the section. Also on today's call, we've got Melissa Hodek, who is the managing editor of our award-winning Human Rights magazine. Lacy, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you so much. And I want to welcome everybody. The Civil Rights and Social Justice section is important. Whatever area of specialization you have, CRSJ has a place for you. Over the past 5 decades, the section and its members have worked on hundreds of issues addressing a broad range of civil rights, civil liberties, and international human rights. Today, the section continues the great work to promote policies affecting racial equality, environmental and economic justice, LGBTQDI rights, gender equity, and many other significant civil rights issues. I want to talk to you today a little bit more about what we do in terms of leadership and how you can be a part of it. Our section was created in 1966 and have a long history, as I just mentioned, of doing good work. The section is comprised of several different groups of leadership that may be of interest to you. We have the section council and executive committee, over 21 substantive committees in which you can lend your skill set. So there truly is something for everyone. We also have liaisons to other ABA entities, many special section projects, and we'll discuss throughout the day operational and council committees that ensure our section runs smoothly. I want to share with you our executive committee for 2023-2024. You see the pictures here, our illustrious chair, Robin Runge, myself, Mario Sullivan, who serves as vice chair, Paul Smith, secretary, Mark Schickman, and Wendy Mariner, both section delegates, and Juan Thomas, our immediate past chair. We do currently have a vacant budget officer position that we'll talk about in more detail. So what's special about leadership appointments to the section? I want to invite you all to join us and take this opportunity to hone your leadership skills, get involved in the area in which you're passionate about. We are the only ABA entity whose membership is exclusively dedicated to advancement of human rights, civil liberties, and social justice. By submitting an application for one or more of our leadership positions, you can join our team. There are a couple of dates to remember. Applications are due no later than March 8, 2024. We have some QR codes here in which you can scan that will take you directly to the applications. Please note there are 2 separate applications. One for council, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the other is for committee, liaison, and special counsels. Please remember 2 different and distinct QR codes. Now let's talk a little bit about our open positions. Our council is comprised of the officers that I just mentioned. This year, our open positions include the secretary, section delegate, and the section budget officer. There are 4 elected council vacancies for 3-year terms. That's important to note. It is a commitment, but it is a fun commitment for you to engage in, and you'll learn a lot over the 3-year time period. And so, although one of the 4 open positions is currently held by a council member eligible for seeking renomination, these are the open positions. Let's quickly talk about committees. I mentioned that there were 21 committees that do the unique work of the section to advance us and make sure that we are at the forefront of advancing civil rights and social justice. Our committees are really the heart of our section. The leadership opportunities within the committees include chair, co-chair, vice chair. There are also special advisor positions that are available for each committee for individuals who possess very specific leadership and subject matter expertise. If any of those things resonate with you, committee leadership is a great entree into the section. And there's a lot of good work that you can do around particular areas that are of interest to you. I also want to make note of our special counsel roles. Typically, we have 4 to 5 special counsel positions, which are meant for those who are a little bit more experienced with our CRJ committees and section work that provide oversight and ensure that the work of the section and committees get completed and, more importantly, get highlighted so that the rest of the world has an opportunity to take a peek at the good work that we are doing in this area. Special counsels are highly coveted positions. However, if you've spent some time in the committees, I highly suggest that you consider a special counsel role.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And then I'll just note a few things from this slide. To apply for a CRSJ leadership position, you will need to be a section member. We've also received some questions about what positions law students can apply for to our section inbox. And we recommend that law students apply for committee positions as they'll give you experience in the areas that you seek.
All right, a little bit more about the CRSJ Council. As I mentioned, this is the governing body of our section. The council is made up of a couple of different important positions. We mentioned the executive committee, which are traditionally known as the officers of the section, in addition to 14 other members of the section that are elected by the membership. We also have a spot because we encourage law students in their involvement and their perspective. So we do have a specific designation for a member of the law student division, as well as a member from the young lawyers division and a member of the senior lawyers division. We believe all of those perspectives are important in advancing civil rights and social justice. So they do have make up our council. In addition, there is a Board of Governance liaison, as well as positions for the chair of our editorial board, unless they are already a member of the council, our publishing arm, as well as 4 to 5 special council members that I mentioned earlier. Now, it's important to note that some of these positions are non-voting. However, their impact and their perspective definitely drives the section, and they're all important members of the council. As stated, our bylaws of the council, our council has general supervision and control over the affairs of the section. So these are very important positions. We look to our council to make sure that we are operating in accordance with not only the association, but in accordance with the rules and regulations that our section has laid out in advancing our goals. Included in that is also a review of the section budget and expenditures going forward to make sure that we're being good stewards of what we have. It's also important to note that our council meets on a routine and regular basis. Generally, there are quarterly meetings to discuss the business and any additional hot topics that may be important and impact the section. We try to schedule those meetings around both annual and mid-year, and there's also a spring, a fall and a spring quarterly meeting where we meet to conduct business.
Thanks so
Alli,
much.
is there anything else to add about this?
Yeah, I'll just note that for some of the liaison council positions, so for the young lawyers, law student division, and senior lawyers division council positions, there's no direct way to apply for these positions. What you'll need to do is be active in these entities already and then work with the staff to facilitate this liaison position. So if you are currently active in any of these divisions, you can always reach out to us and let us know that you'd like to be the liaison in this capacity.
Alli, thank you for that additional information. I think it's also important to note too that we do hold our council members to their duty to be present and attend regular meetings and do any report outs. The majority of these meetings, in order to make sure that we're good stewards of what we say, are virtual, but we do anticipate attendance and full participation at those meetings.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the substantive committees and how we do such good work in the section. We could not be as robust as we are and keep our eyes and ears on the pulse of things without the good work of our 21 different section committees. So these substantive committees, and again, there is something here for everyone. It really is a great opportunity for you to hone in on the area that you're passionate about, that you want to see advances in, and also network with other advocates and experts, both in the legal profession and in the professional world, who are subject matter experts in these respective areas and contribute in meaningful ways. I know for me coming up in the sections and being a part as a special counsel at one point in time in the section was very impactful because you do get to see the big picture and you get to see the depth and breadth that the committees go into, and how they put on such wonderful programming that is really helpful to the general public. Our committees are divided over 4 to 5 sections that you see here. What's also important to know about special counsel in this particular role, these divisions and committees are assigned to you, and your role is to really make sure that the committees, the chairs, co-chairs, are really advancing the work of the section in the committees. You have direct line sight into any challenges that they may be having, and you work directly with staff and council to ensure that we are promoting all of the things that are coming out of the committees, whether it's webinars, policy positions, or any of the other good works that may be doing there. And so as a special counsel, you are required again to attend the section quarterly meetings. And the majority of our special counsel actually do attend in some fashion the substantive committees that they have oversight of.
Yeah, and like Lacy said, we really hold our special counsel to such a high regard. We would encourage that they attend all of the committee meetings that are held. Our committee meetings are held on a monthly basis typically. And so them participating and lending their expertise to the leaders of these committees, it truly makes a difference. They're uniquely in a unique position because they're both on the council as non-voting members, but then they do such work with the committees on the ground and on the calls. So they really work hard. And so we do hope that if someone applies for a special counsel position, they do have some experience with the section and know the ropes a little bit. I will note that we have received a question about applications for non-lawyer, non-law students. If you're a student generally, I would recommend only applying to committee leadership positions to get your feet wet a little bit. And if you are an associate and not a student, I do believe that you can apply for any position.
Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about section liaisons. This is another fantastic way to get involved and stay very connected with the section as well as other parts of the ABA. Our liaisons really relay information back and forth between the entities that are listed here, whether they're section forms of divisions, any of the enumerated ABA task force or standing committees, or even some of the councils, commissions, and special projects of the ABA. What is unique about this liaison role is that you get the opportunity to work with those respective other ABA entities and elevate any civil rights or social justice issues or concerns and relay them back to the section and vice versa, really be the individual that is highlighting some of the impactful issues around civil rights and social justice that may impact all of these other particular areas of the ABA. Liaison roles, again, I think are very highly coveted, but it is one of the greatest ways, I think, to be involved in the section and really get a feel of how things work in conjunction not only with the section, but the larger ABA. I myself have been a liaison before to several of these respective areas and really enjoy the depth and breadth in which a lot of the issues that we deal with overlap, and it really makes us better partners and collaborators together.
Yes, and that's really what the purpose of these liaison roles is to ensure that we are being as collaborative as possible. We strive to ensure that we are not recreating any wheels, and that we are supporting all of our sister entities and the work that they do, as the topics that CRSJ covers are so far encompassing. So thank you for sharing that, Lacy. Oh, Lacy, I think you're on mute.
I know you all are probably thinking, well, what else is there to do in the section? Well, the answer is there is a lot. I would hope that you all would apply for a leadership position because there's even more ways to give back. We have plenty of projects and initiatives that give you the opportunity in which we really highlight the good works that we're doing. We've just put a small portion of the ones here that we have done most recently. A lot of these are ongoing. I'll highlight just a couple of them that will probably be very impactful in the next year. I love the chair chat, in particularly for a couple of reasons. It's an opportunity for the chair or other leaders, right, even committee chairs, to really highlight and talk one-on-one in very short segments, about 20 to 30 minutes, to tackle issues that are at the forefront. Sometimes, because civil rights and social justice, it feels like we're always under attack. We have to move quickly to get in front of issues and to share and highlight the things that are going on in that area. And the chair chat is a wonderful mechanism to do that. Yeah, I highly encourage you, if you have not seen any of our chair chats, to go out to our YouTube page and take a look at them. And if you have any recommendations for future topics of a chair chat, please don't hesitate to reach out. I also want to mention Perfecting Democracy. It is our election protection effort, of course, in a nonpartisan way to protect elections and the people's right to vote. This particular project is very near and dear because, as you know, we are moving into an election year, and who better to help safeguard and perfect democracy than this august body? There are a couple of other ones that I also want to highlight. That I believe are some of our institutional projects that nearly don't get enough recommendation, enough visibility, and they are super important to the work that we do on an ongoing basis. I'll just mention two of them that I think are critically important. The HIV/AIDS Impact Project, the Reproductive Rights Pro Bono Project, and the Death Penalty Due Process Review Project. As we know, there is always ongoing work in these areas to be done, and I'm very proud that CRSJ is at the forefront of continuing to advance these issues and keeping them at the forefront of things that are happening today. And we really do have the foremost leading experts in this area. Another one of my favorite things to do is the Civil Rights Connection, where we really take attorneys who are experts in certain areas and provide pro bono opportunities to connect them with organizations in need and answer any questions. Just another way we're demonstrating our value in helping bring people together. All right, so we've talked about a lot, how to apply for leadership opportunities. Don't forget, the deadline is March the 8th, but also beyond all of those things, right, there's still other ways to get involved. I would hope that you would do them through service on council or committees, but this is just a list of some of the great things that we do. I have been involved in the ABA for quite some time, and I'll be remiss to say, if I didn't toot our own horn, to say that we produce some of the best webinars, CLEs, and articles, and more of them in the profession, particularly in the ABA. We have a lot of activity. That's probably a testament to the current landscape, but there is so much good work being done in the section. There's opportunities, even if you just want to entree into some of the work. All of these things have to be organized, and so whether you can lend your support as a participant on a panel, or one of the things I did as a very young lawyer is I always volunteered to be the moderator. It gave me the opportunity to be in proximity to the foremost experts, as well as kind of get the feel and flow of how all of this kind of comes together. So I encourage you to think about ways outside the box to get involved. We have Melissa on the line with us, and I always get so excited about highlighting the Human Rights Magazine. It is our section's premier quarterly publication that is dedicated exclusively to civil rights and social justice issues. You'll be very hard pressed to find another magazine or publication that rivals this one. I'm super proud of what we do, and this is our opportunity to go deep into issues and really leave a lasting imprint around things that civil rights and social justice are meant to advance. Um, Even still, there's still more ways for you to contribute, whether it's advancing policy that's already in existence through various pieces of legislation, whether it's on any level, the local, through the federal, even tribunal levels, or helping us outline and define new policy by helping draft resolutions to prepare it to go before the House of Delegates. There is no shortage of things that you can get involved in. I hope that you see something here that resonates with you, that you think, you know what, this would be a great idea for me to join, or I want to learn more about this process. The great news is that you have quite a few people who have lived civil rights and social justice and are extremely passionate about it. And so, in all of these areas, wherever you decide to start your leadership journey, and with regards to any of these opportunities, there's going to always be somebody there that's going to be able to help navigate you, guide you, and answer any questions that you may have. I would be remiss if I didn't give Melissa an opportunity to say anything about the Human Rights Magazine, because it is my favorite.
Thank you, Lacy. I appreciate that. So as Lacy mentioned, the magazine is a quarterly print publication. It's also available online, and there are so many ways you can get involved with the magazine. If you're just interested to see how we operate, I could invite you to join an editorial board meeting, and you could see how we brainstorm and plan future issues, and that involves picking issue themes and brainstorming article ideas and even brainstorming potential authors. But if you also join a committee, we oftentimes team with committees to plan themed issues. So that's another way you can get involved. Or of course, you could write for the magazine. If you have an idea for an article or an issue theme, I suggest you reach out to me and share your ideas with me. And we also have the archive of Human Rights Magazine online. So I invite you to take a look at that. And it's a decade's worth of issues and articles. So there's a lot of content there. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that. So we have a couple of testimonials here, and I think it's important to hear from people in their own voice. So I'll just quickly share with you my why. I don't think it's a secret that by background, I am a tax attorney. I don't practice civil rights and social justice, but I am a humanitarian, and protecting and safeguarding, um, human rights, advancing social justice, and protecting civil liberties is very important to me. I got involved with the section because I was trying to find a way to continue to contribute. I could not sit back and watch things around me continue as the state that it was. And so as a young lawyer, having done some other things in the ABA, including chairing the Young Lawyers Division at one point and sitting on some commissions and boards and task force, I like to say that I found my way home to the Civil Rights and Social Justice section to continue to further the good works. And, really, this is my passion and my purpose work. And so, again, I just challenge any of you here that if there is something that you're passionate about, it may fit within your normal course and scope of what you do every day. And even if it doesn't, I can assure you that there is something here for you to do. There is a subject matter, there is an issue for you to take up. And I really encourage you to apply for a leadership position.
Well, there we have it. As I mentioned earlier on the call, in order to apply for a leadership position with CRSJ, you will need to be a member. And you can become a member if you aren't already on this website right here. It's also ambar.org/join CRSJ. And we also are active on all of the social channels that are listed on this slide. We hope you will follow us. All of our webinars, our chair chats, all of our videos are accessible on our YouTube channel. We hope you will subscribe there.
If there is anything that you heard today that resonated with you, or anything that today that you didn't hear that you want to know about, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have our staff standing by to answer questions. If you have any questions, particularly for me, I'm happy for you to shoot me an email. And just tell me what they are. What are your concerns? What areas of the section are you thinking about getting involved with? We can certainly help you find the right fit. And I certainly look forward to seeing you all in leadership.
Thank you so much. And if anybody has any questions, please share them with us in the chat or in the Q&A. We're happy to answer them. Okay, you can also email our section email address, crsj@americanbar.org, if you think of any questions after the fact, and we'll get back to you promptly. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time today.
Have a good day, everybody.